it was interesting to hear during that press conference this morning or just an hour or so ago from Victorian Police, how, people who have never had a criminal history are now attacking police because the police are doing their job and asking people to pull over and show identification, and they're resisting arrest. Ben, this is really getting out of control, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, there was just a couple of days ago, I was reading on a couple of forums about, rioting and what's going to happen in Victoria after stage 4 gets put into place. And in this forum, I was kind of taken aback because there was a prediction about really bad behaviour from people who may not have ever committed crimes before, because people in Victoria obviously are being put into really dire situations and the mental effect that it would be having on people. Now, I think this is a really good opportunity for them to really highlight how bad that situation was and probably make an example out of her, because this could just be the start of something. I mean, I can already tell you from just even my own standpoint that I've noticed people in Victoria only over the last 24 hours taking a really significant change when it came to their sort of emotional and, the ability to rationalize things. Like it's
What do you mean by that, mate?
Escalating. Well, from what I've been able to see in the supermarkets, I've noticed people getting a little bit more aggressive. The general mood, just out and about, has been really quite strange as well. And I can honestly tell you from my own point of view, I've all of a sudden just felt like this weight had been put on top of me, and my coping mechanisms are a little bit delayed. Like I'm not as quick to be able to cope. So if that's what's happening to me, then I can imagine, people in situations that are much worse off than I am feeling, in a really bad place.
Yeah. Robert, does it show that our society is really just hanging by a thread? We think we're civilized, but, as soon as there's a few less toilet rolls in the supermarket, we sort of become animals.
Well, I think it comes down to communication, Rob. I think that for the whole time that we've been dealing with this pandemic and the lockdowns and everything from federal to state to local government, the messaging has always been very muddled and very muddy, and everyone's very confused. There's a thing about humans, they need to feel comfortable and they need to feel in control in some way. I've watched quite a few videos and read some articles about the fact of why did people panic buy toilet paper? Now, they can't control other things, especially now, but that was one thing that they could control. And when you think about it, toilet paper is a very personal issue. Now, you can go for a couple of days without some perfume or, a couple of days without some wine or whatever. But when
Really,
you think
Robert?
about it, toilet paper is one of those things that you just can't, and you want to control that. So I don't know that society is hanging by a thread. I don't think that. There's always going to be some bad apples in the bunch. But if you look overall, the friends I've spoken to in Melbourne are saying, people are wearing the mask on the whole. People want to do the right thing. So I don't think the society is hanging by a thread now.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Well, maybe they're hanging by a ply of toilet paper.
Well, maybe they are. Very good, Benny.
I'll
very
pay that
good.
one.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show. Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.